Sometimes they'll stop. Alexa, cut off. Yes, honey. I was telling her to turn down, but then I said I don't want the video to turn off. And I give the people a few seconds to hop in. I'm trying to make sure I get this off there. Oh, I thought my little word was off. I want them to see you.
Oh, the caption?
Yeah. I need my caption because then when people come in and ask questions or comment or anything like that, what time y'all start?
Who's that?
Inger. We're on here live now, Inger. Honey, she was waiting, honey. We're going to give y'all a little time because I normally go on at 11 and then I'll let music play for a few minutes, but Facebook been tripping about my music, so.
Oh, yeah, no, the AIs now, they're going in and they're listening to people's lives.
Yeah.
Instagram is less restrictive, but Facebook does not play.
Yeah, Facebook is not playing
at
all.
It's a slow connection.
Yes, it is. Hey, y'all. Good morning. Okay, y'all coming in quick today. Good morning. Hi, Inger. We see you on here. We had some technical difficulties that we had to get straight.
It says bring them on camera.
That's if she wanted to come in. Right. You know, they do that on.
No, I thought she was asking to come on camera.
No, you never do Facebook Live?
I've never done Facebook Live. It's my first
Shut up. It's your first Facebook Live?
I've helped people do their live, but after that, I'm behind the scenes doing support like that. Visual support.
Yes.
Tech support.
I know. Okay, I got to change my picture to the regular thing now. That was for you. So you all, y'all see my little thing I did for him? It's backwards opposite for you all, but I'll show you all later. I will make sure I don't go to the wrong thing. Okay, because that show all your pictures. Now that way, it's reverse, so to do that on here. Good morning, y'all. Hello. We see you all coming in. It is January 31st, and we are so excited to still be in the land of the living. I hope
last day
you are in the home warm with, hey, Phil. I hope you're in the house. That's what we play.
What's up, Phil?
Yeah,
we go back.
Yeah. I hope that you are at home warm, gaining all the weight that you can right now. I have gained. I was just telling Julius, I have just been eating for no reason because I have been in the house all week long. So I'm going to start back Monday. Monday I'm going back. But I want to welcome you all here, the ones that's going to watch now, the ones that going to watch later on. I tell you every Saturday, I appreciate you for tuning in, taking the time. You could be anywhere else doing anything else, but you're here, and it is greatly appreciated. Do not forget, she said, hi, son-in-law. Do not forget to like and share. This is how we get it out. The more you all share and like and comment during the show, we really, truly appreciate it. I always start with a quick prayer. So, Lord, we just thank you. We thank you for another day. We thank you for this moment. We thank you for this transparent conversation. We ask you to bless Julius, give him something to encourage. And we just thank you for what you're doing with the lab. And we just ask you to bless the homeless that are out in the cold, Lord. Make a way for them to be warm. And we just thank you for everything. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. So, Julius, if you never watched, I always start my show out giving people their flowers. Mm-hmm. And so what I wanted to say to you is, I just think you are just the bomb.com.
Thank you.
You are just a jewel. And most time you that are diamond. You are just so rare. I mean, just your spirit, the love that you have for my nieces, because Karen, he's married to my niece. The love you're so patient and so calm, and you're consistent, and you're such a gentleman, and you are such a cheerleader of mine, and you're always sending me something positive. And we're in a real relationship because we send reels.
That's my real buddy. Real buddy.
We are REEL buddies. I tell him, I say, Julius, I look at yours all in one time. I let you cut off my TV, and I just watch everything you send me for like 30 minutes because they come back to back to back. So I just want you to know, Auntie loves you, and I just think you're amazing, and I just think you. And honey, baby, when he first came, baby, he looked like a little African that was hungry, honey. But baby, I told Karen, you better be glad Auntie loves you. You look good. You're working now. You got muscles, honey. He's so fine and chocolate. Okay. So that's what Auntie wanted to say.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That means a lot. That really means
thank
a lot.
you.
And just to say that I'm grateful for people being able to acknowledge me, and that I'm usually behind the scenes. I'm really kind of reserved. I'm not really public with all that. So even in this season where I'm going into with and we'll talk about it later, building my fashion brand and even my career, I'm more public facing, more front facing. So it's taking some adjustment, but the good thing is, I have the temperament and the traits behind the scenes to support the in front of the scenes work.
Yeah.
So thank you for saying that. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, you're such a supporter. You are such a supporter. So you all, this is Julius. Pronounce your last name. Auntie's Harper.
Kiprotich. It's Kiprotich. So my name is Kenyan. My family's Kenyan. Grew up here, born in Kenya. And so if you have issues with my last name, you can say Kip. I go by Kip too. So
I just call him Julius. So I never say your last name. But yes, so this is my nephew. So okay, you tell me a little bit more about you. You was raised in Kenya?
So I was born in Kenya, raised in Kenya up until 6.
Okay.
Moved to the U.S. with my mom. We lived in California, and then moved to where did we move? We moved to Missouri, and then to Nashville in '99, and we've been in Nashville since.
Shut up. Okay, I'm learning. I never knew you lived in Missouri, and no, I didn't know you was in Kenya to 6. Okay, but you speak the language too.
Yeah, I speak Swahili. I'm probably a good 60%, maybe 55% talk. My understanding is probably at 70.
Okay.
But again, I don't have people I talk with it regularly, so I don't get to practice.
Say something.
Thank God for Karibuni, Asante Kuniocha. That means thank you or welcome for watching me.
Oh, that's kind of booty.
Karibuni. So I'm teaching my daughter Olivia Swahili. Every time she goes to my mom, I always tell her, only speak to her in Swahili. And then I get there and they're talking in English. I'm like, what's the... But it's good to see that she catches on really quick. She's super smart. And
smart.
She catches on quick. So even when I say stuff to her in Swahili, she understands it, or she can piece it together with what I'm trying to say.
Oh, wow. That is so cool. Well, I love it. So, like I said, for you all, the first time you are meeting, this is my nephew. And I'm just excited today that we're going to cover all things Julius. We're going to cover his creativity, his fashion, his tech, his corporate life, and even part of his spiritual life. She said, shout out to the Cali. Okay, somebody on there saying shout out to Cali. Even his spiritual life. So, walk us through your professional journey, what you did in the corporate world. What's your corporate job?
So before I go to my professional journey, I'll have to tap into how I came into the professional journey. So my background, and Phil knows me, we go way back, but even before high school, I used to love to draw in middle school, and just like my daughter Olivia, she draws all the time. I like to work with her. But
I didn't know you drew.
I used to make all A's, really good student, stuff like that. I used to draw, but I used to be that kid where I would get bored really, really fast in school. I would make good grades, and I would always draw. And what ended up happening is I think it was 5th grade in Neely's Bend. I used to go to Neely's Bend in Madison. My 5th grade teacher was like, "You're really good. We should put you in some art classes." She pulled me to the side, had a side meeting with my mom. My mom thought I was in trouble, and I was so scared. She was like, "No, we need to put Julius in some kind of art classes. He's really, really good at this." And then from then I learned pottery, sculpting, different types of medium, stuff like that. Fast forward to high school, the church I was going to, they were updating all their computers. This is back in MySpace days. Everything was on CDs, and they had copies of Photoshop, and YouTube tutorials did not exist at this time. YouTube had just launched or was just about to launch. And so me and my friends, we took all the copies of Photoshop, we put it on all the lab computers, and that summer, me and my best friend and one other kid that we met in high school, we taught ourselves how to use Photoshop. From there, we started making flyers for people in high school. And again, back in MySpace days, before Facebook, I don't know if you remember, you could have your top 5 or top friends or whatever. You can make a custom background. So we were like, hey, you can make custom backgrounds. So we learned how to code, and then we're making people custom Facebook pages and stuff. It was wild west. So fast forward, I've always loved doing that, and I kept doing that on the side. Fast forward, a few years later, started working at Vanderbilt. This is around the time me and Karen got married. And the whole time, well, before that, I was doing a commercial painting. I did that for a while. I was good at it, and the family knows. They'd be like, Julius, come paint. I'm like, I'm retired.
He painted. You remember my room you painted? Oh my God, he did so amazing. And then I wanted to hire him again. He's like, I'm retired. I want him to paint my house now, and he will not paint.
I'm good at it, but it's a lot of work.
No, you're amazing at it.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. So even while I was painting, I was like, what do I really want to do with my life? And I'll just sit back and I'll think. And so that came back. It kept coming back. Like, I love doing flyers. I love doing logos and things like that. And then I started working at Vanderbilt. And at that time, I had a friend of mine who worked there. Was like, hey, have you ever thought about going to graphic design? I was like, what's that? This whole time, what I was doing, I didn't even know it was a career.
A career,
until somebody talked to me. And then I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to go back to school. I made it was late, 2014, late 2014, early 2015. I said, let me go to college, get the actual practical learning of why, stuff is good.
What you were doing.
And then from then on, I had an amazing mentor there. I worked at Jarvis Sign Company, learned how to do signs. Then from there, worked at Mount Zion. Met an amazing mentor there, Eric. He basically showed me, Eric Jackson.
Yeah,
he
I just seen
basically set up, a huge bar for me how to not only just be good at design, but also good at business. And then from there, moved to Assyrian, worked there, did graphic design, also did like product design, which is like building apps and websites. And then from there, moved on to where I'm currently at, Cathexis. We work for the VA, and started off in communications, moved over to creative director, where I manage a team of creatives. So that's my whole creative journey, creative career. So yeah.
That's that's a lot, and especially for you to start back, like you said, you didn't even know this was a career, and this was really probably just something naturally that, because I didn't know you could draw me a tattoo. I didn't.
That happened a lot in high school. Me and my best friends, we used to. Me and one of my best friends, we used to have like little drawing competitions. It started off with anime characters, and then like people found out we could draw. Like, hey, could you draw me a tattoo? And they used to want us to take the little ink pens and draw. I was like, I'm not gonna draw it on you. I'll draw it.
Just draw
and you gonna do whatever, because my mom was big on like, don't draw on people. She she was so against like all the crazy
I want
stuff.
you to, y'all hear him. He's gonna draw me a tattoo, and I'm gonna show y'all. I didn't know you did that. See, I'm just learning more. So clearly, you think this teacher, the one who first saw your gift, that's kind of who sparked this, was they very influential in your decision? And what teacher was that?
So this was in elementary school, Miss Wilkins. It was a 5th grade teacher. And really, I attribute a lot of my creative journey to her, and then also to later in my career having amazing mentors, but being seen not just like a kid who's distracted or hey, you're not paying attention, or you're gonna fail your class, or when you put you in detention. She was like, let's take this and harness it. You're making good grades, you're doing good here, but let's harness this. Not hey, slap on the wrist, stop doing that, focus on your schoolwork, because everything before that was always stop doing that, doing that. So she was the first one who was actually she's seen your gift. You know what? We need to put you in art classes. And it really made me oh, cool. I actually like this, because I naturally gravitate towards art.
I envy people like that who just now here I am 49. He seen my little thing I made earlier. I'm just now trying to learn how to go into AI and do things. And the other day I needed to edit this sound, and I had to call Destiny. He is a great drawing artist. Ask him to show you something he drew. Okay.
Thank you.
Ingrid, you messed up my train of thought, girl.
You're saying with the AI, with the poster?
Oh, yeah, with the AI, I'm learning how to do that. And I'm I called Destiny the other day because I need to edit some sound. And I'm here I am, 49 years old, trying to learn stuff. And I'm not lying, Julius. I was up about 4 hours trying to figure something out. I sent it to Destiny, and she sent it back in a matter of seconds. And she was like, Auntie, she said, look, and then she made me a video in a matter of seconds on what to do. I'm y'all's brains are just it's crazy, but I'm trying to, I don't have the visual that you have, but me and you talked about that before. I'll have great ideas and things like that, but I don't have the eye that you have. I know what I want, but then I tell you, and then you're able to, just come up with something. So I think that's amazing. So,
and that's my second. I would say like art and design is definitely like my primary gift. I would say my secondary gift on top of that is being able to like extract people's ideas. Like even working with you, people tell me, "Hey, this is what I want to do." Blah 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 blah. I'm like, okay, well let's. After having a conversation with them, we can like have a deep dive on, okay, what you need is X, Y, and Z. We're gonna do it this way, A, B, C, and here's the steps. And then from there, I can like either put you together with either artists, videographers, concept art, social media strategy. So that's something that I've really like honed in that I'm good at, because one of the things that one of my mentors taught me, and it's so true, is like there's a difference between art and design. Art is about expression. Like you can, like the Van Gogh or Mona Lisa is about like expressing a feeling or a mood or capturing a moment. Design is about communicating. Like, your logo communicates who you are, your brand, and things like that. And a lot of times people get, those lines mixed up. Like, I want something pretty. Which, yes, design can be pretty and it can have emotion, but it always has to execute as far as like what is the intended goal for that design. Yeah. Versus art can be expressive. You've seen those abstract art where it's literally a piece of line on a canvas and people paying $1 million for it.
And they're like, I see this in it. And I'm like, so abstract. No, I don't see that.
It's wild. I can't justify all art, but yeah.
Okay, so you went through your professional job. So one reason why I most definitely want him on here, we're going to talk about his brand, but we all know last year some things just went haywire for the world, for our country, and you and your wife were affected by being laid off. So when you first received that news, you all were laid off when?
So we were put on furlough October
of last year, and you're still here with the activity of your limbs. You're not hungry, groomed. So that means God is still providing.
Yes.
You look amazing. He's awesome. He's awesome. So when you first get, because I know when I got laid off one time, and I know how I know where my mind went. When you first received that news, what went through your mind?
So when we first received the news, it wasn't the first time receiving the news. Unfortunately, due to just how last year was, and government shift with the Doge, that first time when Doge came through, we literally got news within our company from our CEO. They sent a message, "Hey, Doge is doing this audit." This was around March, February, I think, February, March, or whatever. That Doge is doing this audit. They're gonna check through. We're good. So this was around like a Monday. No, this is a Tuesday. This is our Tuesday. Around 10 o'clock, anytime you get an email from the CEO, it's like, okay, what's going on?
I know.
Unless it's a holiday, where it's a Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays or hey, bonuses are in. Usually, those are good emails. But a random Tuesday, you'd be like, what's going on?
Right.
So, of course, everybody was kind of cautious, but it's like, hey, we're in good standing. We're gonna keep working with them. We'll keep an update on it. Fast forward to the end of Tuesday. They were like, effective immediately, Doge has suspended our contract.
My God.
And we were like, what does that mean? He was like, we'll set up a meeting. And we had a meeting the next day, company-wide, and they talked about how we're just going to pause all work. And fortunately, the company that we worked at, what they did, they was like, hey, well, we're paused. We have stuff we can work on internally. So even though we weren't working at the time, they found stuff for us to do internally. So that was still good, but it still started that moment of uncertainty. So we got through that. I think it took almost a month, but we got through that. We got back to work. Everything was good. Then fast forward to, September, they were like, hey, due to, Doge and the government funding and the way the government is, a lot of funding was cut for the contract that we supported. And they were like, so what's going to happen is we're going to put, our contract on furlough, meaning that we would still be employed, but, no work, no pay, just employed just for the benefits purposes and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. So you said, okay, well then that part is cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that way, while they work on renegotiating and stuff like that. So we got the news in September. It was effective immediately, October 1. So again, this is the second time it happened. I was already like, oh, okay, so cool. So when I first got this news, going back to your question, when I first got this news, I was like, okay, here we go. So what's the pivot? What's the move? The crazy part, a little bit of segue is, and I know we're going to talk about my brand, a little bit of my segue. I had just launched my fashion brand. I had already planned out my year. My aunt knows. I've been talking about this. Some of my close friends know I've been working behind the scenes for literally years. Like, okay, what do I do with this brand? How do I launch it? And being a creative who's a recovering perfectionist, I had to figure out, okay, let's just get this out. I had just launched it, and I was building my first fashion show around the time when we went on furlough. So it was a crazy time where it was like, do I cancel everything? Do I pause everything? And I just heard in my spirit, just move forward with that.
Right.
So when I got the news, the first thing was like, okay, I want to make sure the house is good. Check on my wife, make sure the daughter was good. And, we just sat through, we looked at our budget, and we were like, hey, what can we do? What can we scale back? And then we just moved forward from there.
Yeah, because I'm going to ask you, what kept pushing you forward, even though you was uncertain? Because, like, a lot of people, I'm cool and guaranteed, but when you don't know, that's when I get a little shaky.
Yeah.
So what kept pushing you forward in that?
So I would say my upbringing, things that I've gone through in my life, especially, being an immigrant, moving to a new country, having to restart. So imagine living here and moving to a new country, having to learn that language, which we already spoke. I was about to ask you. We speak Swahili. Swahili is the primary language in Kenya. Then they also have the local languages, but on top of that, English is like a mandatory secondary language, kind of like how Spanish is important here, but even more so, like it's required for you to learn English. So we already knew English, but imagine coming from one country to a new country. You have to learn the culture, learn the people, make new friends, build your community, and then once you get that set up in California, then you move.
So you ain't new to this, you true to this.
Then you have to restart again.
Oh God!
And then so right when you get cool, and then so I've been in seasons where I've had to move around and rebuild. Yeah. So for my Avengers fan, when the Hulk said, I'm built for this, so I'm built for this. So yeah. So just going back and just that, and then also to my faith, knowing that God is able to do more, exceedingly abundantly above what we ask and need, and then also know that sometimes the trying of our faith builds confidence. Yes. So just falling back on my faith and then my background too. Yeah,
because I think you're doing so good and so calm during this season. So I think that most definitely is amazing. So what has this season taught you? What has it has to teach you something, because like I said, not to know every other week or once a month this check is about to hit. What is it teaching you?
I would say a few things. Number one is teaching me that have a strong support system. Number one, like definitely, have your faith and your relationship with God. Yeah. Keep God first. That's very important. As well as that, have your support system, have your close friends, your prayer warriors, your people that you can confide in, because though we went through this season, we weren't necessarily alone. We had family members who helped. Yeah. We had support systems, and you also have to carve out those moments for fun, man. Like you can't just be. Yeah. I'm not saying go and swipe your card and don't do that. I'm saying get outside of your environment. Go see either your best friends, your cousins, take your pet out, whatever it is, whatever it is that makes you relax. Normal. Yeah, like build a sense of normal. Yeah. And then so that, but then also on top of that that nothing is certain. It's not in a negative way, but nothing is certain as far as like being in hard times isn't forever. It's a short window. And even if it seems longer, whether it's months or weeks or sometimes years, in the grand scheme of things in life, it's not gonna be as long as everything else.
That song said it won't always be like this. Sooner or later, it's gonna turn. It really is. So I feel like, I know you're going through this season and everything, but I still feel like you're still successful, even with this going on, because a paycheck with all the gifts you have, it does not define you. Correct. You can still make resources because of all the natural gifts and talents that God has given you. So do you still feel value? Because sometimes I watch all these TikTok videos, and so many, they say black men feel like if we're not providing, if we're not bringing a check home, then we don't have value. Do you still, in this season, you still feel valuable?
Yeah, because I don't tie my intrinsic worth to, number one, money. I've never been the type to, again, with my upbringing, having moved back around, having to go up and down, back and forth. And my mom did an excellent job. Shout out to my mom.
Hi, mommy.
She's not watching, but of course I'll show her later. But she did an excellent job just grounding us in making sure that, again, being a single parent, truly an African parent in an American, raising us in both an American and African household.
Yeah.
And just tying values that we will grow and, cherish. My brother has incredible work ethic. I have incredible work ethic, but we've never been the type to tie our worth to necessarily money. But as far as like who we are as individuals, that's what's more important. So outside of money, my brother has a saying that money comes, money goes.
It does.
Pain comes, pain goes. Hey, you recover. You lose it all, you make it all. You know? So I've always subscribed to that model, even though right now, like still don't have that certainty as far as things being very consistent. I've always been the type where like, okay, number one, who am I? And then who am I building around me to, emphasize my strengths.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, no, I feel like you still thebomb.com. And I have learned that about like finances, because I've been in situations where I was married and I made more than my husband. So I carried more, but I didn't lose any respect because he did so many other things. Kind of like you. He was good at fixing things around the house. He was good at this. So he still saved us money in that way. So I'm one of those women that I'm not caught up in, he got to make more money or he got to be doing this. No, if you don't work and we still eating and my lights and water is on, I'm cool, because I don't want to get up and go to a job every day. I got to now because I got bills to pay. But I promise, as soon as I get a chance, honey, I'm going to stop that. Okay, let's get into your clothing brand. Give us the name, how it was created, what it means. Let's get into that.
Yeah, so my clothing brand is called GIZA brand. Again, just little echoes in this chat about my roots. The name comes from my Kenyan roots, Swahili. GIZA is said GIZA. It's Swahili for dark or night. It's got a double meaning. Number one, being a black person who has a fashion brand, so it's got that black-owned brand. But then also too, GIZA is Swahili for night. So I'm a night owl. My aunt knows. People around me know. Like I thrive at night. My best ideas come around at night. So I've always been the type to create and be more active at night. And even with people around me, I know so many people who are authors, writers, artists, musicians who are up late at night. So my brand ties to those who are up at night, building that vision, and then also to, like fashion or want to get into fashion and want to look good. So I build my pieces, number one, to be like ensembles that can be put together pretty much foolproof. Like no matter which one of my pieces you put together. I wish I made this hat. It's not one of my hats, but I'm getting into that. But whether it's my hats, I have a jersey that's getting ready to come out.
You gonna be fashion, honey. Do you sleep in sleep fashion?
I dream fashion. Honey.
Okay, yeah, honey, because you be clean, honey. You gonna be clean.
Yeah, but I always one of my pieces, especially like for men. I know a lot of times we like things very simple. But then I'm also going to build pieces that are more complicated, but always work together. And to your note, I'm not the type to leave the house looking sloppy.
No, you're not. So, you can run into him at Publix and he's going to be clean.
Definitely.
Yeah, because you just never know. So you had even during this time, like he said, when everything first happened, he had already had a trip for him to go to be in a fashion show. It was in Dallas. And he did not say, you know what, I got laid off. I'm not doing it. I'm quitting. No.
He went,
right.
I was close. I'm not going to lie.
But you did.
My default state is always like savings mode and emergency. And I'm in the season where I've grown and I've seen things like, things happen and then we've gotten over. And then life happens and we've gotten over. And I knew that this was going to be temporary. And there was an opportunity to do a fashion show in Dallas. I had already paid all my fees. I already bought my ticket.
You was
going. Airbnb. And it was like, if I cancel everything, it's still going to take weeks to get all my money back. So I was like...
Or if they gave it back.
Yeah,
you just don't know if they gave it back.
Yeah, so I was like, let's go forward. Let's build some momentum for the brand. Let's make some connections. And yeah, I went forward with it.
So tell us about your first fashion show. How was it? What was it?
It was good. So it was, I built some new pieces, which I'm getting ready to re-roll out. It's supposed to drop for the fall, winter. We're still technically in winter, so I could drop those. But yeah, it was exciting. It was different. Number one, getting outside of Nashville and having to, again, time back to my roots, being able to start somewhere new and do something that I love, which fashion, art, tech, design, to me, all that are married together. My first fashion show was exciting. I worked with the Bureau of Fashion Week as far as like an agency. They had their first fashion show in Dallas. They normally do it in New York, Miami, LA, but this is the first one in Dallas.
Cool.
It's funny how that came about. I saw an ad on Instagram and they were like, click here and apply and we'll do a screening and, set up a meeting. I filled it out. I was, just for fun, and I just moved on. Literally, like 2 days later, like, hey, we looked at your stuff. We would love to have you on the show. And I had never done a fashion show, so let's start there. I had just a few pieces for my brand, just rolled out like some hoodies and some shirts, and that's it.
That's all you did.
And I was like, now I got to build a whole collection and a whole mood and a whole, whole vibe. And a creative direction for a fashion show, and I didn't even know what I was going to build, what my message was. So again, it was exciting. I got to build custom artwork. I got to build a narrative for the fashion show. The theme behind it was I have this song Midnight Hustle, again being a night owl and things like that. So that I'll tie back into that Midnight Hustle motif for that fashion show. It was really cool. I rolled out a new piece that includes a griffin, again tying back to my roots, the Kenyan lion and the American eagle, combine them together to make a griffin. So it was a hit. People really liked what I had. I made some good connections, and I got invited to some more shows this year.
Okay.
So I'm getting ready to publicize a lot more stuff. So right now it was kind of more R&D, research and development. Like, how do I do this? What do I need to do? What's the behind the scenes? So I learned a lot. So everything that I planned and prepared for went the way I wanted, but I still learned that, hey, I need to prepare even more.
Well, I thought when you were sending the family the pictures and everything, I was so excited for you. And like I said, even though just in the season that you were in, to still pursue your dreams and goals, because a lot of times we can let things stop us and deter us, and you just gonna be like, I don't want to do nothing until I figure this out. So I think that was most definitely amazing of you. So we have learned about the young man, we have learned about the artist, we have learned about the clothing designer. Now husband. How has being a husband in this season, how have you navigated all this, still having to show up? Because we're going to talk about being father too, but are you still a good husband in this season?
No, I'm joking. Yeah, because I have to be the anchor. Not have to, I get to be the anchor. Okay. Let's just say that way. I get to be the anchor. One of the things for me is, the thing that I love about our relationship, I was telling my wife that if I really love you, and I even tell this to my close friends, if I'm really your friend, I got to be able to be honest with you. And there's conversations we've had where I've been really honest. This conversation she's had where she's been really honest, like, hey, I need support, this, and this. And I was able to step up and like, okay, cool. I'll hold it down here right now. We can't apply for work. Let me handle that. You go and rest, you do this, and I'll log into her LinkedIn, send some messages, things like that, screen her email. So just being able to be there, supportive, listen, and then just really sometimes in times of uncertainty, the best thing you can do as a man too is just listen. Sometimes it's not about providing an answer, even though I know I'm a problem solver, and I know most guys by default are problem solver, but I'm just wired to find solutions. Even in my professional career, my fashion career, everything I do is about like, this is the goal, how do I solve it? This is the goal, how do I solve it? So in times of uncertainty, when you're with your spouse and you're trying to think through, okay, how do we do this? Sometimes just listen, just be there, just listen, be an ear, be supportive. And then when the window's open, provide, hey, this is what don't be like, hey, this is what we're going to, hey, again, every relationship dynamic is different, but for us, I'm always the supportive, and then I offer like, hey, this is how we can pivot, this is how we can move.
Mackenzie, cover your ears. That give you good booty when you listen, men. Look
She's
at you.
grown. What's up?
That it is so important because I'm kind of like that. If you give me a problem, you tell me something going on, I'm instantly trying to figure out how can I help you? What needs to be done to do this, to do that? And I'm having to learn. Sometimes you just need to listen. Sometimes people just need to vent, and they don't need you to solve it, or they don't want you to. Like, I'm just trying to talk to you. Just listen. So I think that for you as a husband to be considerate of her and her feelings and what's going on, I think I give you kudos for that. I never had that, so I give you. I don't know what that is, so I think that's cool. Okay, the father, you all, my niece Levy is the cutest baby. Well, she's a big girl now in the whole entire world. I think she needs to model, but she's going to be something amazing. I don't know what she's going to do, but I know she's going to do something amazing. And she's fashion because her daddy don't play her. When he buy her clothes, he puts her together. My niece can't be like, Auntie, Julius he kind of got them clothes. He get them clothes together.
She stepped up too because she's putting her own pieces together and she's got an eye for it. I'd be like, okay. Wow.
And they not doing these, sometimes you see these kids online and they look like grown people. They're not doing that. She is just always very well put together and cute as a button. So as a father to your daughter, how does she inspire you to keep chasing your dreams?
That's a really good question. I would say seeing her, and I'm sure everyone, you could say this too, seeing her is like seeing a mini you, and just the innocence and how much that she trusts me. And the crazy part is with her mom and then me, we're setting the foundation of what like a relationship dynamic would be.
Yes.
So I'm very cautious.
Healthy.
Healthy. I'm very cautious as far as like, number one, like what things we talk about around her. Not even just arguments, like what things do we talk around about, around her.
Yeah, because she listens.
And she's smart. She remembers all kinds of things.
Oh my gosh, she was over here. I'm sorry. She was over here Christmas and I had told the thing. I told Alexa, play Hype Me Up. And then I said, no, I'm not going to play that. And she was like, Alexa, play Hype Me Up. I was like, oh my gosh, she was listening to us.
But the thing is, she was doing something else. We didn't think she was listening.
Paying attention.
But she was. And she saw, oh, this gets a response. Let me do it too.
Yes. But, oh my God.
Yeah. And then even too, like during this like season of transition, making sure that things feel normal for her. Like we still I set up play dates for so it's weird, but it's our dynamic. I like doing the parent thing with like the other parents. Karen's more like, okay, I'll provide the support, I'll set up the things, but I like meeting the other parents. I like setting up the play dates and things like that. So I make sure that she had play dates with her friends, we go to the park, things like that, hang out. Just making sure that things feel normal. But to answer your question, like the thing that keeps me moving as far as like Livia is just knowing that eventually she's gonna grow up and everything that I've done or I've said or she's seen me do or even just lived, she's gonna be like, that's the benchmark or that's the foundation, not even the benchmark, because the benchmark would mean like that's the highest goal. That's the foundation of what normal looks like. So I always try to make sure that I don't like using the word model, but I would say I want to make sure that I'm inspiring her to do better.
It is. I mean, I get what you're saying because I remember when I went to therapy and my therapist was asking me different questions, my relationships with my parents, and he was asking me about different things about my dad, and I don't play about my dad. I love both my parents, but I don't play about my daddy. And so, hey Eric, your mentor's on there. Hey Eric Jackson.
Yo, what's up?
And I remember when she was asking me like, what were some of the things I really remember about my dad. And he was always kind to people, and that's one of his favorite sayings. And he was always blessing and giving and helping people. And then I seen that's what I do. So it was like I was watching him as a young girl, but I really didn't really
it was shaping you.
It was shaping who I was as I gotten older. Now, in that it can go good and bad, because she was saying in that I was kind of doing some of my relationships like that. But just in general, I like blessing and giving to people. So as parents, we have to watch what we model, because I tell my kids, I apologize to my kids for my younger years. I was off chain, but now I'm setting a better example. And I mean, I have to be honest. I was not the best in my younger time, but as I got older, now I see just how important. So I love how Libby looks at you, how she you know, and my he said you start, yeah.
Catch the recap.
I missed the beginning.
We'll send you a recap.
Yeah, it's gonna be on the page. You watch it from the beginning. So I say that. So I think that. So what lessons do you hope she learns from watching your journey?
I would say to treat people with care. Treat people with care, because you're gonna meet people with all kinds of
all walks
of life in every season.
Oh my God.
Good and bad season. To treat people with care.
Oh my
and
God.
that's something that we're doing even now. And she's had situations in school. We're not going to talk about that right now.
Yes, because Auntie was on her way.
I was getting triggered.
Yeah.
But even how she handled that situation that happened in school. She didn't do anything when something happened to her. But how she handled that, I saw like the grace and the confidence that we instilled in her, where she was comfortable to tell us what happened. And then when we talked her through it, as far as, okay, did this happen? Did that happen? She was honest. But then she also said, hey, but you know, I still want to be their friend. We're like, okay, good. There isn't no animosity.
Bitterness. Oh God, it's going to fester.
Yes. Yeah. But again, being able to also be smart and set those guards up, because again, after a while. And then also too, that, and then also perseverance too, man. Like she's already an A type. She's an alpha type. She's a lead. She's definitely going to be a leader. I have no doubt,
for sure.
Whether law or something, she's definitely going to be a leader type. So I know perseverance isn't going to be an issue for her, but I will definitely want to instill that, you know, don't let people change who you are to fit their model. Continue growing. Of course, you know, there's times where you have to do what you have to do for work or whatever, but don't change your core personality or your core values to align with somebody else.
Yeah, because they can try to change you, and all the crap I've been through, I'm still the core me. I'm still that. So, what would you say to someone currently facing job loss or a season of waiting? What would you say to them?
I would say, number one, you know, it's going to sound cliche, but really, like, trust God, you know, have that relationship with God personally, not for somebody else. Have it for you. It's so easy to be like, okay, my mom's going to pray, my wife's going to pray, my husband's going to pray, my best friend pray for me, and I'm going to go do this thing. But have it for yourself, you know?
Yeah.
And then number two, have that support group, because definitely having God is important. Also have that support group, somebody you can call on and lean on, you know, who, number one, has seen you at your best, because you're going to need reminders of when you're at your best. Because everyone knows bad news travels fast. And also hard times look harder than they are, which sometimes they are. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
At the same time, your winning season, it's for example, with the fashion show. I built everything up to the fashion show, and it was like the shortest 4 minutes of my life, and I was like, it's over. But even like building up to the people at the Bureau of Fashion Week, the agency were like, make sure you take it in. It's gonna go by really fast. So you're gonna be behind the scenes dressing people and having issues here and fixing that, and then the screen may go out. None of that happened for me, fortunately. Thank God. Everything was smooth as butter. God. But they were saying like that moment will go by like this.
Like that. It's a
high. Even in life, the good moments feel like they go by like this, but the hard moments feel like they last forever.
Oh my God.
So having people not only just who can, you know, encourage you, but also remind you of those good moments. I have this saying that my family knows and my best friend knows, is that when this is all over, we'll look back and we'll laugh. And it's so true every time. I say that we will always look back and we'll laugh about it, because I'm like, number one, I look at it three ways. Number one, how did I handle it? Number two, what did I learn from it? And number three, what can I do better next time? So with that, I always look back and laugh, even just thinking about seasons where, like, for example, when I was first learning when I was first started going back to school, man, I had to cut a lot of stuff off. It was not fun. Like, so I was working a full-time job. I would go to school at night. Eric, I don't know if he's still in the chat. So Eric was one of my instructors, so he remembers. I'll be at work. I'll go to school at night. I'll come home, work on homework, and in between do freelance. And then sometimes on the weekend, I may have gigs or networking things. And then a lot of times I had to like, okay, for right now, I have to pause some personal fun. But that was a short season because I knew what the end goal was. And sometimes people get lost in those seasons where things are hard, where they forget what the end goal is. They think like, this is how it's going to be forever. Yeah, but it's not. Like even in that season where it felt like, oh my God, I got to do this for 4 years. I got to be in. He remembers. And we had some amazing chats. A lot of times in between class, in between breaks and stuff like that. But it felt like, oh my God, I got to do this for 4 years. Like I got to be up at night. Fortunately, again, I'm a night owl, so that wasn't really hard. It worked for my strength, but still, it felt like it was going to last a long time. But after I got through that season, I got into my career, started doing other things, and I look back and I reflect and I laugh. I'm like, I don't know how I did that. How did I have a full-time job, go to school full-time at night, have clients that I was working with to like build my career, and then do some stuff on the week? I don't even know how I did it, looking back.
Well, one thing I always say, and when you keep saying about how the core people you have around you, I always tell people, if you can't reign with me, then don't suffer with me. And if you can't suffer with me, then don't reign with me. I need you in all seasons. Because a lot of times, yes, people are there. You have people that want to be there when it's high, but then you got people that want to be when it's low. When they feel like you need
when they need them.
Yeah, and they gotta help you. Then they want to show up. Then when you high, now they ghost because they really not celebrating with you. You know what I'm saying? So you need to make sure you have those people that are in and out of season. I don't want to just be with you when everything is.
Yep, you sure was.
I don't want to just be with you when everything is good, and I don't want to just be with you when everything is bad. And if you don't trust me with your bad, but you trust me with your good, then I'm still looking at you a little funny. Because that means you feel like you got to be only on the mountaintop. Yeah. Then when you in the valley, now I'm of no importance. Right. So it's good to have those people that reign with you and suffer with you. And that's most definitely something for us to watch out for. So how can people purchase your brand? Tell them where they can follow you on social media. Yeah. And do you have anything coming up that we can support?
Yeah. So again, first off, thank you for having me.
Thank you.
It was good doing this live.
Good. You did good.
I'm good on camera. It's so funny. I'm good on camera. I'm good in public. I personally don't like doing this, but it's a gift that I've honed in. Yes. So so to support the brand, GIZA brand.com. That's the website. And I don't know if we can put in the chat. Or
I will.
Okay, I think I could join the chat, live as me. I should have did that earlier.
I put it on your page.
But and then also the Instagram is the GIZA GIZA brand. That's the Instagram. So right now I only have the website and the Instagram. I need to connect the Facebook, and I do have a TikTok, but I haven't really posted anything on there. So this year I'm gonna really ramp up all my marketing stuff. The follow-up question was, what do I have coming up? So I have my winter collection that I did the fashion show for that will be dropping. As you know, well, I don't know, Eric is a business owner, so he knows, and Antonio also is a business owner, so, and Auntie Brandy too. So y'all know the tariffs were not a joke. So working with my vendors and making sure that supply chain was good was something that I was going back and forth. So I think we're in a good place. So in the next few weeks or so, I'll start, promoting that. So you'll see it on my page, and I'm sure.
Eric put it in there. Keep going.
Yeah. Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
Oh, he's so sweet.
Appreciate you. Yeah, so you'll see that. I'll be rolling that out, of course. I'm building out my summer collection now. Kind of started, even during all this, I was like, I'm always thinking about how do we build a future, because one thing I've learned from life and also to amazing mentors is like you cannot stop because life is going hard. You always have to keep planning and moving forward.
Because all it takes is one moment. You can turn everything. You could be hiring people next year. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you.
Yeah, so
I couldn't have told you. Nobody could have told me that after launching my brand, like my brand was only like 4 months old. Like I just launched it last year, and I did my first fashion show, my first runway show. No one could have told me that. So the fact that happened lets me know that, number one, there's already value. People see value in what I'm building, the story I'm telling, the me as the owner. that resonate with my background. And also too, I'm building really cool stuff. I have even more cool stuff that I'm going to be more ambitious with down the year, but that's here. That's to come. You'll see that. Yeah. But even with that too, I'm really excited for the
God
future.
Is with you. God is with you. I love it. You did so good.
Thank you. Thank you. You had great questions. Yeah. Eric knows me, and Uncle Tony knows me. Everyone in the chat knows me.
Yeah.
I don't like my private life in public, so you asked the right amount of questions in the right way, because I'm big on, like, in the world of AI and even social media and everybody putting their business on blast. I'm big on, like, how do I maintain a public persona while still keeping my private life private? Because it's not even that people are out to do evil, but it's like, no, I want something for me. Like, if the world and everybody knows what's going on in every decision I'm making, then who am I really living for? Am I living for them, or am I living for me? I want something that I cherish, that I call mine. I want inside jokes to be inside jokes. Not
what you said.
So thank you. You did really good.
I done learned my lesson by putting out my business out there like that too. I done learned my lesson on that stuff. So I don't do that like that. So honey, they won't know next time. I'll be married 5 years. And I'll be telling my husband, happy 5th year.
Hey.
And they won't know if I have a boo, honey. They won't know that like that. I promise you that. Well, I hope you all...
Talk about that ghost. Talk about the ghost.
Oh, Lord. It's so funny. I was just telling Igor last night, I got up and I got off the couch and I was going up to the thing. And I said, girl, ever since Julius sent me that picture with that ghost, I've been shitting my pants. I said, I don't know. And I was talking to Ingrid and I looked. I said, girl, Julius had messed me up. He sent me, I posted a picture. I had sent him a picture one day. He asked me what I was doing. I sent him this nice view.
So for context, during the snowstorm, we were checking in on everybody. I checked on Auntie Brandy and I sent her some pictures of Olivia out playing in the snow. So it was a natural conversation. And I was like, how are you doing? She told me. Then she posted a picture. She was sitting on the couch, pointing at the door. Her toes were, in the frame. And I was like, oh, she looks too comfortable. So right in the chat, within a few seconds, I used AI, put a ghost on the door, and I sent it right back. And I was like, what's that at the door? With like 2 eye emojis, and it happened so fast, and I knew her guard was down.
Oh, it was down. I looked, I said, you so silly. So now, last night, I was sitting in the dark watching TV. I was talking to Ingrid, and I said, girl, Julius got me looking at my door ever since that stupid picture. And I'm shutting the bathroom door to make sure don't nobody walk out on me. That AI mess is so fool. It's the devil. Got me scared in my own house. But you all, we thank you all so much. I'm so grateful for my nephew sitting down today, being transparent. Like you say, he's very private. You have to really, really know him to know him. Eric laughed.
Thank you.
You have to really, really know him to know him. And so I am honored that you sat down. Next week is first Saturday sit down with my sister Inger. And February, it's going to be all things love. And I'm going to actually have Inger and my brother-in-law, James, are going to be on here next week. It'll be his first time on the lab. I am so excited. I told him I'm asking whatever I want to ask him. So I am so excited to have them on here next week. Also, this week, I'm expecting the sample of my book. I got to show you the thing. Amazon will be sending me the sample. So I'm excited. It's a journal. That's what it is. It's a journal. It's called Together Apart, and you all will learn more about that. So that's something I've been working on. So I know I've been kind of like MIA with my family a lot. I've been really just like really focused, but I'm excited about that, and I can't wait for you all to support that. So I tell you all every week before we get out of here, I love you, but what's most importantly, God loves you. You all stay warm. Please keep those in mind. I have a coworker. Her power is still out.
Yeah.
She still has not had powers, but praise God, her family had other property that her and her daughter was able to go stay at. But it's people out here that still do not have power, you all. So if you're in your home warm and cozy, be grateful, and make sure you all go and support my son-in-law, my God, my nephew. Let me speak it, Lord. What my kids going to Somebody go get me a son-in-law.
So silly.
Thank you, Lord. You all go support the brand. Let's help this man. I'm acting like it's one of the little channels. You can buy one outfit, you can feed a family. Honey, support him. I thank you all. Until next week, you all be blessed. Ignore these extra pounds I done gained. Bye.
Thank you so much.
See y'all.